is the entity that's amplifying helicopter activity in the office, and then they're switching from helicopter activity to sirens, back to helicopter and sirens. And I also want you to see here, you see this cloud path? The entity is stalking by plane, flying over, okay? This is ongoing stalking. That's just direct action. The people of the state are monitoring. That's why the light source is here, and it's not over 435 South Bondview, where I remain on March 14, 2022. And if this was the natural environment, then the light source would be seen in its zenith at that same property. And as you also know, and also what logic dictates, is the fact that you would not be here. I would not be here in Los Angeles in front of building 1810, where, by the way, the light source is farther in this direction than it is normally. And why? Because I'm over here and not over there. It remains adjacent to the building. Even, remember, 3:44 p.m. When I was reminding you about the entity group stalking by helicopter, just like that, in the specific environment where it remains over me at 2301 South Euclid Avenue, as I documented, the light source, this light source, went all the way back to this opposite side of that building. Remember that. Look at the video. All you have to do is look at the documentation. So I just want to document what's ongoing criminal summoning by the people of the state. The entity isn't, because they're acting in concert, they're monitoring. The sound of sirens and engineered light under the light source is massive facilitation. In the same way that a leaf blower, this third-party group stalker that's at the adjacent property, is creating ongoing amplified audible activity, and that's acting on behalf of the entity. And I believe I documented the license plate of that third-party group stalker. Nonetheless, it's the entity acting with malice and impunity, and they're monitoring a group stalking with the entity that's sounding helicopter, and then sounding sirens, and then sounding helicopter. All right, under the specific environment, this is 1:24 p.m. This is P.O.C. Again, this is 1810 North Alvarado Street, where the entity is maintaining a light source at all times. This is P.O.C. All right, so that's the crack in the door. That's impossible light activity, which under no circumstances is just an example of how you're going to recognize an engineered environment. And you've seen the entity creating like a mirage of light on this wall, and then on this wall, and on the file cabinets. All of this is what is supplementing light activity while keeping me under surveillance. The entity that's engaged in keeping me under surveillance in group stalking is, again, I want to be clear, the ones that you see creating the cloud path, stalking, flying in the sky space, that's relevant position by plane, group stalking, remaining around the perimeter, flying over and around me by helicopter, and sounding sirens. Those are demons that are group stalking in state vehicles. This is for the federal government to understand the ways in which federal group stalking and monitoring is engaged in by the entity and also facilitated. The people of the state are monitoring to that audible activity, while the people of the state are also creating that activity in the specific environment that's centered around me and where I'm at. Okay, around the targeted individual, in other words. Again, it is 1:25 p.m. P.O.C.